Welcome to Wayne's Weird World. Cheers. I had to empty the bottle. Once it gets down fairly low, you're losing the aromatics in the bottle, so you might as well invite your friends around or just drink it. Okay, we've got to make a new mounting board for Fred's big Platycerium superbum. This one's mine. It outgrew the driftwood. This one's Fred's, and it's already outgrowing the mounting board that it came on. And originally, the plant would have been about the size of my hand. So now, we have made a new backing board out of scrap timber from pallets. And let's have a quick close look at it. Whatever you put on the back for mounting, make sure it's strong. I could guarantee I could hang this thing up and I could put all my weight on it. It will last long enough. The timber will eventually rot, of course. Just pull it apart, put another mounting board on it, and I hate plywood. Chipboard is the worst choice. Okay, how do you do an oval? Simple. Well, not really simple, but it's not all that technical. Where did I put the nails? Aha! Hiding. You start out with a center line. Now, the closer those nails are together, hammer, aha, on the floor, closer they are together, the more of a circle it's going to be until you have a single nail, and then it becomes a perfect circle. But you take your loop of string on the center line, you put your nails equal distant from the center, figure out the widest part you want, and away you go. So to have more of an oval, you move the nails apart. To have it more circular, you move the nails together. An elliptical oval. Aussie rules football, they play on an oval. And 150 years ago, they would have had two blokes, a horse, a bag of lime on the back of the horse, and an axe to make some pegs, and goalposts, of course, and a long rope from one of the ships down in the harbor. And they'd go out to a sheep paddock, put two pigs in there, take that rope, and they'd draw out an oval by leading the horse with a bag of lime. As the lime trickles out from a corner that's been cut, it leaves a perfect oval. Simple, sort of. Okay, mounting. I use a spool because if I drop it, I do not want it running around on the floor with oodles and oodles of fishing line getting in the way. Did it come off? Fred, it came off. Fred's very warm. He's cozy. What temperature is it, Fred?
Probably about 10.
About 10. The thermometer is behind you. What is it?
Oh, 12.
12.
Hang on, 12.
Fred lied.
And we're out here doing this.
Needless to say, it's not all that cozy. But I've been very active. And Fred's been standing around cheering me on and abusing me and whatever.
Yeah, I'm good at that.
And the reason I'm getting this in place now is so that once I start with the Staghorn, Platycerium superbum, spelled like superbum, but hey, come on, let's be polite. Okay. You probably can't see where this fishing line is. I can hardly see where the fishing line is. That's okay. Now, I'm going to use this magnet because otherwise, every time I put the baling or the needle hook down, it's going to disappear. Okay, put that aside. Ready? Stay. Good. Now, Fred's going to have to put the new label on with a couple self-tappers. Now this is the way they commercially put them on. And I am just going to try and cradle that. And the one thing you don't want to do is scar up, mark the shield if you can avoid it. Because it takes a long time the little hairs on these things are called trichomes. I think that's how you pronounce it. Oh, come on. Ah. That's a mess. But now, this has to go on there. And the one thing, I'm going to try and get that wire out before I do anything else. Oh, God. I hate this. Well, there's where they tied it together. So if I cut that, get the pliers, move my hands so I'm not holding onto any of the mantle, the shield. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. It's moving, Fred. Ah ha ha. That's the hardest part. And you can see just from touching it, there's already a couple marks on it. So if you're rough and ready, you're going to end up with this thing really, really scarred. It's going to look like shit for about 6 months or a year. And we don't want it looking like shit for 6 months or a year. Now that's the way it's got to go. Now I've got to try and get the baling twine, what am I saying? The bagging needle through that. Without scarring it up more. Let's get that out of the way. This is the tricky part. And I've got to try. This is why so many people, where's that gone? This is why so many people, commercially, where's it going? Is it wrapped around? No. They staple them. They staple them, or just put wire through them. I've seen them just take wire and go right straight through the mantle, right the shield, and they look. There we go. Oh. Gotta have enough to get it up through. Let's see. Now, if I can hold that up a little bit closer, you can see how the root system is They're not parasitic. They simply attach onto trees. And this is an Australian native. Now I'm going to get a couple pieces of this is why I didn't want the short needle. Going to have to use a long needle, Fred, because it's just going to be too hard to get it through that thick shield. My eyesight's wonderful. At least it's got a big eye. You can understand why they just take wire and shove it through. Aha! Now, I'll let you know when I stab my finger.
We'll hear it.
Contact. Good. Okay. Now it comes up that way. Oh, bloody hell. This is why I was using the smaller baggy needle. And it fell through. And this poor shield all around the edges is going to be marked. But hopefully it won't be too much of an eyesore. Now where to go? Hello? Got it. Found it. I might have to cut another piece to cut the fish line, because this is only going to go through one more time. I'll take a couple pieces of nylon stocking that I have just over my shoulder and just gently loop it across here, hopefully not putting any more pressure on the on the Staghorn. Yeah, you can understand why they just go and shove wire with staples through it. Because they know it's going to sit in the nursery for a year or two before they sell it. So all that's going to be hidden away. They don't care. But if you only have one, and it's your pride and joy, you're going to want to look after it. And if it happens to outgrow its mount, which they do, where is that? I don't want to put a hole in the shield. Has it gone through yet? It did. Whoa! Nearly spilled my whiskey, Fred.
Oh no.
I honestly don't know if I'm feeling up to going out tonight to some live music. Guess what, Fred?
What?
It pulled back through.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah. You have to do that again. There's some people that mount these things on with cable ties. I've seen people mount them with what they call crazy glue, which is a thick, viscous super glue. I've seen them with colored synthetic raffia. Oh, that's pretty. Oh, that's really pretty. Where's my finger? Aha. That's really pretty. No bloody way would I want that on any of my plants. Okay, undo that. Thread that through by hand. I'm nearly falling off my stool, but I'm trying to keep my position. Where's it? Aha. Now just those 2 loops are going to be enough to hold it, but it's not enough for my peace of mind. Tighten it up, come on. Where is it? There. Now we try and tie it off and try and hold it with my knees without damaging anything. And my fingers are cold. How warm are your fingers, Fred?
They're warm because they're in my pocket.
Yeah, well. Now, for all of you people that happen to be curious about the way I do my videos, I don't do any fancy titles, which you probably noticed. I don't have any sponsors, which you probably would have noticed. I don't do any fancy editing, which you would have noticed. I don't do any fast forwards, which you would have noticed. Because whatever I do, get that finger out. It's all done real time.
It's raw, mate.
Now, Fred, I gotta have you come over here and hold that. Doing it by yourself.
Where shall I hold it?
Right there, right where the knot is. Yeah, well. Loop it around twice. It's called a Miller's knot. It'll slide. Okay, let go. And then 1 overhand granny knot, or 2, to make sure it's not going to go anywhere. Okay. All right. Thank you, Fred.
You got it?
Yep, got it. Okay. I'm going to cut that long because I'm not quite happy. I'm going to try. I'm not sure how I'm going to get a second bit of fish line through here, Fred, so I might just leave it. Let's try and tidy this up a little bit. The one thing you don't want to do is pinch it. So just tease it out gently. Just lay down flat. Sort of like you're doing pastry. Right. No, don't wrinkle on me. Stay. Come on. That's it. It'll flatten out. Same thing. Roll out. See, just that pressure on the board has marked that. That was from my hand. This is from being on the board. So that's what we're trying to avoid. Putting too many marks on them. Uh-oh. It's not going to stretch enough. Ooh, 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 ooh. Let's do them up. Let's see if I can get that. Yeah, that'll do. Come on, tweezers. These will be better. Where's I'm bored. Okay. Gentle, gentle. You know, Fred, you're going to have to leave this forever and ever and ever. Black pantyhose. Ooh, aren't they cute?
As long as they're not orange.
They're not mine.
Yeah, that's what you tell us.
Yeah, well. Hold that one. Hold this one. Well, I don't have much for a knot, do I? Fred, come pinch. Please. Oh, pinch it. Yeah. Oh, your hands are in the way. No. Yeah, just push down with one finger. Yeah. You got that? Yeah. Okay. Wow. I definitely don't have very much extra to work with. What I need is another piece, another loop of paint. Going through. Get it? Crap, no. When frustration mounts, and I try to avoid expletives. Now, obviously, this is not going to be visible with the camera. Did I get it? Move your finger and pull it tight.
1, 2, 3.
No, it pulled through. Okay, do it a different way. That way, just a half hitch. And then the second half hitch will do the job. That's it, Fred. I've got it.
Got it?
Yep.
It's all yours.
Now, how much of a scar did that extra tension put on it? I don't know. Oh, I think it's all right. I'm not going to wiggle it around. I think it's fine, Fred.
I think it's good too, yeah.
Now, I'm going to get some more pieces of pantyhose, and I'm going to put a second one across here. Then we're going to take the label off the back of the board, and with a self-tapper, mount on the back of the board, put the date on it for when we mounted it,
Yeah.
and it's done. That's what it came off of. This is what it went on to. Better? I hope so. That's it. Cheers. Wayne's Weird World.